To what extent do you think money can provide happiness?
The highest possible happiness there can be in the world.
Hi, my name is Dr. Sousa-Peña. I teach biology.
Hi, my name is Perez.
I'm Megan Fitzgerald.
Hi, my name is Amy.
My name is Dennis Obie.
Hi, my name is Iyanu.
My name is Samuel.
Hi, I'm Siddharth.
And I'm Kathryn. And to start off the video, I wanted to give you a little bit of background on philosophy. So there are 4 branches: logic, which deals with truth and validity; epistemology, which has to do with knowledge; ethics, which has to do with right and wrong; and metaphysics, which is basically everything else.
So what is metaphysics? Metaphysics means more than or beyond the physical. It's literally translated to the books beyond the physical ones.
So there's old and new metaphysics. Old metaphysics deals with being in existence, universals, and substance. New metaphysics focuses on modality, space and time, persistence and constitution, and causation, freedom, and determinism.
So for our social engagement project, we decided to ask a few people what they thought about certain metaphysical and philosophical questions. What do you think of when you hear the word philosophy?
Aristotle, or like Plato and stuff like that.
Like Plato and Socrates, and I know it's Socrates.
I think of Socrates and studying about life.
Yeah, I think of the study of rather esoteric topics like the reason for living, the meaning of life, how we find meaning in life, what makes life worth living, our relationship to each other and to the natural world, and how we all create that kind of circle of life.
I think of Karl Marx.
Of deep thought, I think of trends that have led civilization, and I think of people wanting to think deeply and trying to pursue further knowledge.
It's questioning things that are really hard to question and answer, and there's no direct answer.
The effect of things like evil and good and how we bring those things together.
The study of thinking, that's basically what it is. People want to think, people want to know things other than themselves. So it's this idea that people want to know, and they go to other people and they ask questions that they feel as though deserve answers.
I also think philosophy, there's another definition of philosophy where you have your own personal philosophy, and that's kind of like how you live your life. So,
What do you think is the meaning of life?
I'm a biologist, so the meaning of life is keeping the species going.
I'm going to quote my father, who I thought was a very wise man, and he always said that if life has any purpose, it's to raise your children well so that they go on and make the world a better place.
Having a good time while you're at it, and doing good for others and yourself, and taking care of you, yourself, your people. And, trying to better yourself intellectually and physically and socially.
The meaning of life is to do a good job while you're here, to leave the world better than it was, and if you have children, to make sure that they will do the same thing.
How do you know that you exist? Do you even know?
I do know because I'm sitting right here talking to the camera.
If a tree falls in a forest and no one is around to hear or see it, does it really fall?
Yeah, because it happened, but just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Nobody just knows that it happened.
Just because no one saw it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Do you think that only physical things that we can touch, see, or hear are real, or do you believe that there is more to reality?
I would have said that only things we can touch and feel would be real. But there was a time when people believed very different things, like that the earth was flat, and that it's very possible that there are parallel universes out there, and we haven't yet created the technology to discover those things, and that time could be a fluid thing, and all sorts of things could exist, and we just haven't yet developed the means of detecting those or understanding them. So I'm open to all possibilities for those sorts of things.
I believe there is more to reality for the individual. So some people have faith, and I think that's real for them. and that helps them get through their lives.
Definitely, there's something more than reality. As a religious person, that's the main things that we ask. What is beyond this? Is there more to life than just this? And I think so.
So I think the big thing is you can feel, and that is real. So you can feel love, you can feel hate, and those aren't things that you can physically touch with your senses or hear or see, but those are 100% real.
What do you think is the relation between mind and body?
I think your mind is here to control your body, like it's here to your body is built for your mind.
My body is a shell, and since I am made in the image of God and God has no form, He puts what He wants when He made me inside this shell. So I am not my body, I am my mind.
Do you think people have souls, immortal ones?
Yeah, I do believe that we have immortal souls.
My spiritual beliefs tend to align with those of the religions or beliefs, people who think that there is a spirit everywhere and that the earth has a spirit, animals have spirits, humans have spirits, and that somehow all of that lives on in our progeny or other things that we have touched and done while we're on this earth.
Our souls either go to hell or heaven.
So I think that soul kind of feeds into religion, and that lasts forever. And I don't feel that we have souls. I believe we're kind of animals that are put on this earth, and we live for a certain time frame.
Do you think there's a higher being?
No.
Oh yeah, I do. I believe in God.
I believe that there is a higher being, preferably God, that really is not like me, but I am in His image, and that controls all things, sees all things, understands all things, knows all things, but is unlike me in the sense that He is good while I am evil, and that He judges me, not in a sense of not in a sense of hate, but in a sense of love, which I am loveless.
I would consider myself an agnostic, which just means that I don't really believe there's a God, but I'm not in the atheist camp where I want to tell people that there's no God. And I always hold out, maybe there's something that might be a God or God-like that in the universe out there, because we don't know the universe. But I don't think there's a specific all-knowing being that governs the earth or anything like that.
Do you believe that we have free will?
Yes. I don't think anything's determined by any external force. I think what happens. I don't think our fate is determined by anything.
As a biologist, what connections do you notice between biology and philosophy, and how have they manifested in your work?
It's completely intertwined. There's different thoughts within biology, even though biology as a science is supposed to be totally about the facts and totally objective. There is a lot of subjectiveness. There's people who like to lump lots of organisms into large groups, and there's other people who think differently, have a different philosophy of splitting big groups into little groups, and there's always this contention between them.
How have you noticed philosophy in your everyday life?
I would say that philosophy becomes important in reminding me or myself of what is important, and not to get sidetracked by the things that are not important. So going back to the meaning of life, what is really important? Is it important to have more money, or is it important to spend time helping my sons, or spending time helping my mother, or something that is more directly related to leaving the world a better place?
And that's it. And I got a UHSSE.
To what extent do you think your minds can manipulate reality?
What I think when I hear the word philosophy, so could you pause the video?